there is a deep discussion going on that why India is a poor country. Why India is a poor country. Why I am not good in study. Generally, people ask themselves, I'm taking one example, why I am not good at the study. Okay, I am not good at the study. When I see a book, when I see a book, I feel like playing football. I'm not saying playing football is very easy work and people are not intelligent out there. But question is arising that focus is I want to study. I have to study. Whenever I take book in my hand, then I feel like playing football. Okay, I go and play football thinking that I need recreation. And then I come back and then I take the book in my hand. Then I feel like going and roaming around on the road. Then I go on the road and roam around. I come back. Then I start reading again. Then I feel like riding bicycle. Then when I'll study. This is the present condition of India. Means India is a country where people are not keeping their full mind inside the country. People mind is now going many sides. Someone is going to Canada for higher study. He got job in United States, and then his relatives are for long time they are staying in London, Paris, Germany, and this kind of concept. How country will grow if there are so many holes in the country and people who go to the Western country, the cold country, they themselves and their family in India, they feel so much pride in the society and whatever it is. Now, how people would concentrate in the upgrowth of the country? If person head is down, that if I get some money, then I'll go to Switzerland. If I get some money, then I'll go to London and here and there, New York and here and there. I read in the book what is so good in Switzerland and what is so good in Spain and Turkey. I'm sorry, Spain and here and there, Belgium or Netherlands. If I get money, then I'll make this summer trip to Netherlands. And this ate this country. Okay, till 1947, it was also all right. Means migration, there is two kind of migration. One is body migration, that people they go abroad, and this is body migration. One is brain migration. Brain always keep thinking that what is there in India? It's a poor country. Road is broken completely, and there is no sanitation, and it rains a lot in India. There is no snowing the way it snows in Western country, and people are dark out here. Nothing is good out here. This is called brain migration. Brain, human mind is always in the Western country only. Okay, that is the this is brain slavery. This brain slavery since 1947 only. This country is going through till from the 1947 only. Means the government of India, first of the concept that it brought was closing the boundary of the country. Okay, it brought a new country called India. There was nothing country called India prior to that. There was a country called Hindustan that came from the Muslim era time period name called Hindustan. Hindustan means a country that is east of Indus River. This region east of Indus River, that kind of that adds up or that constituents, the constituent of that is Punjab and Sindh also. So Hindustan or Indus area, this is called Indus area, Hindustan. But later Britishers came and they said it as India because Indus means India. In 1947, the region that was Hindustan that was again bifurcated and Hindu region was brought into the picture and Muslim region was left alone. And then boundary was created and a very unprecedented scenario was generated among Indian that Germany, France, England, I'm not saying these countries are bad. These countries are equally good as India is. This is what I would say. Germany is equally good as India is. France is equally good as India is. Not it is very much above like a heaven or something like that. But it was made into people's brain from the 1947 onwards. Go to this country. deliberately depreciation of Indian rupee or devaluation of Indian rupee was brought in 1960s time frame. Till 1960, even in United Arab Emirates, Indian rupees was in circulation. Then that Indian rupee that was in United Arab Emirates means same Indian rupee. What any person who is carrying Indian rupee till 1960 time frame, he can carry same Indian rupee to Abu Dhabi also, and it would work there. Then after that, after devaluation of India, that was done deliberately to break this India from the adjoining region. Till India was connected to adjoining region Iran, United Arab Emirates, to Afghanistan, Pakistan, Burma, Tibet, Kasi Kasgar, Sri Lanka, Maldives, then there was no chance that people would look at the Germany and United States. Devaluation of rupee happened in 1960 time frame, and people who were using Indian rupee in Gulf country, Indian rupee were renamed there, and separate rupee was sent to the Gulf country called called I believe it was called Gulf rupees or something like that. Then later they started printing their own currency because that was too much for them. They were connected to the India through Indian rupee. Now in that fashion, we are discussing there is a new country called Canada. Okay, after 1947, slowly people started moving to country like England, most of the people, or Switzerland for sightseeing and this and that. Then afterwards, the people were once Indian rupee went down after devaluation, then natural the pound and dollar and Deutschmark that was German currency, they started rising. So gap between Western country and India started widening. Okay, in that fashion, the the environment for the Western country, the Indian government, it started making it grow so that Indian people they start going to the Western country. Okay, working as a labor or whatever. I don't know. It was a requirement for them that Indians would go there and work, especially United States and Canada, where the country they liked Indian to come to Canada. We're talking about Canada today. Indian immigration into the Canada. Okay, in 1871, there was a census in Canada, and four states in Canada took part in the census, and there were 11 Indians out there. 11. 8 was in Quebec, and 3 was in some other state. 11 Indians were there in Canada in 1871. Now there are 20 lakhs Indian in Canada. This is called environment. Hype, hype. The Western country hype was deliberately generated after 1947 so that people start going there and work as labor there. I'm not saying that the party who did this idea was to make people work as labor. Idea was that the foreign currency would come to the India because Indian currency had no value. I don't know why they did like this, but it was deliberately done. Indian currency was devalued in 1960 time frame. One rupee coin started coming in as a stainless steel. It was coming, I believe, as a nickel silver coin or something like that. One paise, two paise coin, new paise. Instead of paisa, it became new paisa, and that was aluminium coin. Now no one can see 1 rupee also. Get seeing 1 rupee is a like magic now. Anyway, people started going to Canada also. People started moving to United States. People started moving to Canada. 1947 onward, but still the rate was less. Not very much people were going to Canada or USA. Okay, people were going to Canada. Main was United States. There was an environment that was generated that Russia and United States are the most powerful country in the world. Problem with the Russia was Russian language, whereas United States was English, and people were being taught English. English environment was there in India because of the slavery, so it was easy for Indians to go to United States. Anyway, the situation was why India became a bigger country. This is what the discussion is. If why someone remain illiterate in his life because he could never study. He will study? If he is taking the book, then his mind is going into playing football. because he's watching football in the television. When he's playing, reading book, then his mind is going the riding on the bicycle because he's watching bicycle race in the television. This is called environment of the house. The house environment is such a way that a kid or a children is not able to study and throughout life he remain illiterate. Illiterate means he is of no use. Similarly, Indian were shown the green world of the Western country. Okay, and Indian remained beggar or became beggar day by day. And this the move to keep the Indian beggar because in election if people watch it, one party all of the way it comes say LPG cylinder 500 rupees, 500 rupees. LPG cylinder means basic need is cooking the food. Means prior to LPG cylinder, people were not eating cooked food. People were like animals or some jungly people, and they were plucking fruits from the tree and they were eating. That's it. After the LPG cylinder came, then people understood that they can cook the food also. LPG cylinder means people were not knowing what is called cooking the food. Means full focus is on Western culture. They are not giving wood for free or 500 rupee lot of wood people can cook food or goita. Goita is called in Bihar where you can make fuel through cow dung. Okay, that is much powerful than your LPG and very pleasant when you eat the food. And it is something that is the smoke that comes out of it means no one will catch any disease. It is that nice. Anyway, it is nostalgic feeling. Anyway, now the scenario is that the one party it lured people. It people means it made people believe that Western culture is the real culture of the human, not the Indian culture. Now people have started losing their concentration everywhere. People who is working, he's thinking that if I work this much then I'll go to United States. Okay, if doctor is understanding that if I get this much experience then I can apply in America. Now condition is America is not the only country the kind of migration happened from India to abroad. There is another country called Canada. Canada is north to the America, and people they underestimate Canada. People think that everyone is going to America, America, America. That is not true. If people are not able to go to the America, they try for the Canada. And lot of people from India they started moving to the Canada. But this growth of going to the Canada started maximum in 2004 when Manmohan Singh cabinet came in the power of India. Then this Western culture environment it went to its peak. Manmohan Singh went to United States 8 times in his tenure. 8 times. And then next new prime minister who is there for 2014, he crossed all the limit 10 times to the USA. Means people were completely motivated to go to the USA or Canada. People they don't think about Canada. Canada is another site where lot of people have moved from India with the new environment of America. Okay, and this way, if you don't focus on your work, if I work, there are earlier people used to work because they were getting livelihood. If I work, I'll get this much salary. I can live better life. But motto of the current generation after 2004, motto was if I work this much, then I'll gain experience. Once I gain experience, I'll create my resume, curriculum vitae. Then I can send my resume, float my resume here and this company, that company, here and there. Then I can go to USA, then I can earn 20, 30 times from here. This, this is 20 and 30 times because rupee value is very less. That was deliberately done. So that people can go and they will fulfill their labor need. Whatever labor need they get, they would fulfill. That was the environment that was deliberately created in India. Now think that a person is working with the full disconcentration, not concentration, disconcentration. Okay, what country will grow? If I work and my main motto is that I'll go to America or Canada, what I will work? Okay, what will be the productivity? 1947 onward, there is no science and technology award in India. There is no science. There is one Gyan Peeth award for the literature. there is Bharat Ratna Award, there is a series of Padma Award, all are civilian awards that is announced yearly basis. There is Khel Ran Award, there is one Dronacharya Award, there is this award, there is one Rajiv Gandhi Sports Award, Khelo India, every Khelo India, and if you see cricket in India, then every time there are two, three parallel teams in India. Means every time cricket match will going on with the England and with the Australia and with this and that and like that. What a person will concern. Everyone will think I will also go to Australia and I will also go to England. Anyway, I have some data as far as Canada is concerned. How this India as a country was looted. Okay, when there is no focus on the country, no, I leave the country. How a person work and is thinking about the country. Very few people think about it. But a person when he is working, when he thinks that he is working because work is his religion, work is his religion and he works the way Western people work. If you see that in a dollar it is written, in God we trust. Means I work because it is my religion. No Indian think I work because it is my religion. Where from Nobel Award will come? 1947 before two Nobel Award came to India. After that no Nobel Award is there. Prime Minister Delhi is running to America. America now, I believe, Foreign Minister of India. He is in somewhere, Netherlands or somewhere. He is making some bilateral talk. Foreign Minister of India. Okay, few hours he live in India. Otherwise, in 24 hours, 1 hour he live in India, and 23 hours he is in foreign only. Okay, means right now I believe he's in Netherlands or somewhere. He's making bilateral talk. Every time he's busy in making bilateral talk only. Then it will be followed by Prime Minister. He will go to Netherlands and he will make bilateral talk. Bilateral talk. Half of the people they do not have two-time food. Prime Minister is busy in bilateral talk. Okay, anyway, I have few data for the Canada. So Canada, the people there are two phases in Canada. One phase started when the Victoria government in India, the British Raj in India, they motivated Indian Sikh community. They were employed in the army. When they retired, they motivated them go to the Canada. Why to the Canada? Because in 19th century, means 1800 time, it was high vulnerable that United States would take over Canada. United States is behind the Canada since the 19th century only. So to avoid that, Britishers they tried soldiers, means powerful people from India should go to the Canada so that American they will not dare to enter into the Canada, especially the western side of the Canada that is British Columbia, Vancouver. That side they kind of they started taking motivating Sikh soldiers. They are powerful from their body. Sikh soldiers to go there. So slowly Sikh soldiers they started moving to the Western Canada. They were getting their pension and whatever there only. And then slowly people started going. But the move was not that much high. Anyway, 1858 British Empire. Okay, Queen Victoria in 1858. She made a comment that Queen Victoria had proclaimed in 1858 that throughout the British Empire, right now it is called Commonwealth, throughout the empire, the people of India would enjoy equal privileges with the white people without discrimination of color, creed, and race. People of India, they can go anywhere in the empire of Britain and they can live there as if they are living in India. Means they attracted Indians to go to England, they attracted Indians to go to the Canada. And more or less six soldiers in the British army, they got attracted to go to the Canada. 1871, four states in the Canada, that was I'm sorry, 1871. 1867, Dominion of Canada was created. Means Canada will become a separate country. That pillar stone was founded in 1867 only. Four states: Quebec, Ontario. These are the eastern states of Canada. Quebec, Ontario, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick. Four states. The census was done in 1871. 11 Indians were found, 8 in Ontario and 3 in Nova Scotia. Anyway, by 1986, 2 lakhs 61,000 Indians were living in Canada. 1986, not 20 lakhs. In 100 years, 2 lakhs people went there. And in past 30, 40 years, 18 lakhs people went there. I mean, see that how this new democratic government in India, how they created the environment to go to the US, to the Western world for the Indians. After devaluing the Indian money, people felt going there because their currency was 20, 30, 40, 50, now 100 times higher than India. Pound is 100 times higher than India. That environment was created deliberately. Anyway, there is another concept why Indian rupee was devalued in 1960 time frame. Okay, so in 2001, Indians were third largest community to, to become immigrant into Canada in 2001. From other countries also people were reaching Canada, and Canada government tried that white people should come to the Canada maximum rather than non-white people. In that way, India was the third largest country people they were going to the Canada. So in list of immigration into the Canada per year, India were at number three. I don't know who were number one and two. People would be from Europe only. Anyway, this is what was desired. Anyway, by 2017, when new prime minister came into the picture, Indians were number one immigration into Canada. Number one. From number three of 2001 and 11 people in 1871, in 2017, Indian people were number one immigrants into Canada. Number one. This is what these people they did in past 70 years. This is the how they created environment. Now, what person will study? What a student will study? Anyway, what a student will study that I'll talk. Okay, this is the figure. So 2001, 25,000 to 30,000 Indians were going to Canada, and they were third largest entering into the Canada. 2017, they were number one. 2019, 85,000 Indians, means 1 lakh Indian were going to Canada per year. Per year. In 1986, 2 lakh 60,000 was Indian population in Canada. In 2019, 1 lakh people were going everywhere to the Canada. This was the environment. Okay, we'll talk more on it. 25% of total immigration happening in the Canada was Indian only, were Indian only. Let's see the students they are going to Canada to study. People know that a student they go to America to study. Equal number of students they go to Canada to study. People do not know. Okay, around 3 lakhs students they go to America to study per year. 3 lakhs, 300,000. Similar amount of students they also go to Canada to study out there. If we see the students, then okay, if I see the students, they were going to Canada to study. Okay, in those students, 48,000 students they were going to Canada in 2015. 48,000 students they were going to Canada to study in 2015 per year. And in 2021, that raised to 2,78,000, 48,000 to 278,000 students. They started going 2,78,000 students. They were going to study in Canada only. I'm not talking about immigration. Think how much people are going to Canada. Okay, so Canada released in 2021 450,000 student visa, 4,50,000 student visa. In that 2,78, more than 50%, 60% students were from India only. Okay, that is in synergy with America. Okay, in 2019, 2,19,000 students went to Canada to study from India. If I see United States data, then in United States data, then in 2000, 54,000 students went to study in United States. 2000, okay, 2004, 74,000 students went to Canada to United States to study per year. In 2010, 1 lakh 100,000 students from India went to America to study. In 2021, 2 lakh 280,000 students they went in 1 year to study America. out of 3,58,000 visa that America has released. This is the condition of India. Indian, they are now they were lured. Now in Canada, 22 MP, member of parliament, in term of India. Now in term of member parliament, that is also called member of House of Commons in Canada in 2025 election. Out of 343, 22 are Indians. Okay, if Canada is releasing a student visa and in that 60% students are going from India only, America is releasing a student visa and condition is same 70-80% student visa are received from the Indians only. What India will, what Indian student will work? He will study to go to some engineering college so that he will run to America and Canada only. What a person will work? He will same is the work permit visa in America. 80% work permit visa, they are going from India only. Now anyone will work and he will think that I'll go to the Canada and America only. Not only that, there are many people, they have taken a Canadian citizenship also. You can buy Canadian citizenship. That Kader Khan, he is assumed that he took Canadian citizen. He was an actor in India, and then he went there and he died there only. There is Akshay Kumar. In 2011, he took Canadian citizenship, and then when there was a huge but he was working here only. He was earning money in India and enjoying in Canada. He was superlative degree. People, the way they dragged him in that social media. Then in 2023, Akshay Kumar returned to India and he became Indian citizen again. How much it costs to get a Canadian citizenship, PR, permanent resident? Around $13,000 it takes. Means in around 13 lakhs rupees if someone spend, he will get Canadian resident or Canadian citizenship, more or less. Anyway, these are the scenario. I'm not saying that don't go to America or Canada, but it should not be your aim of your life.